ਹੀ ਨੌ ਗੁੰਜਣਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਮੇਰੇ ਭਾਈ ਕਿਸ਼ਨੇ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਦੂਜਾ ਜੌਣੇ ਮੌੜ ਦਾ।
It is such a remarkable time to be speaking with Vikramjeet Virk, whose new film Maurh is actually one of Punjab's biggest projects, Indian Punjab's biggest projects, and it's the first Punjabi film to have PR and advertising at a mainstream level. So, Vikram, firstly, a warm welcome to you, and thank you for joining me on Filme Shilmy. It's so great to have you.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me here.
So look, it's a huge film. There's so much. I mean, it's such a big budget that it's been made on. I mean, the scale that it is, it's remarkable to see. So I think, how can this movie perhaps enhance the business and economical prospects of Punjabi cinema?
I don't know much about Punjabi film industry, but I have done like 3-4 films by now. So this is my fourth or fifth film which will be releasing of Punjabi cinema. So I think whatever the information I have, so this is till now is the biggest budget film, and it's based on a period story about more than 100 years ago. And it's a story of Robin Hood of Punjab, Lok Naik isko kehte hain, Punjabi ch Lok Naik kehte hain. So it's an amazing to be part of this kind of projects. Especially, I really love working with the periodic historical projects. I really like playing those characters on screen. So I'm excited, looking forward to for all of you to watch it.
No, definitely, we are very excited to see the film. In fact, your first role, actually, your acting gig that you got was Khelein Hamdi Jaan Se, Ashutosh Gowariker's
Right.
film. And again, that was a period film, and now you're doing a period movie. So, I guess when you are doing this style of cinema, because it's very insightful to make us understand how much of a checkered past India as a country has had. It's gone through a lot of torture, and unfortunately, a lot of it has been to the hands of our own as well as foreign conquerors. So how do you think your experience of doing such films have helped you to really understand history and perhaps our roots and where we come from?
I think that's a different way of learning, or nowadays I think people learn a lot by watching cinema or watching web shows and watching a lot of other stuff. If we talk about Ramayana or Mahabharata, I think we all, our generation especially, we have all seen everything in TV shows only. That's how we know what happened in Mahabharata and Ramayana especially. So I think this is a lot of people, maybe they don't get to read about these kind of stories of our history. So by watching cinema, TV, web shows, it helps them to understand the story or the real incidents behind that, what must have been happened that time. Though it's little bit of here and there, but still you have an idea, you have the clear picture in your head. So I think it's a great medium of learning to knowing the history, and if I talk about myself, so I believe since the time I have crossed the teenage, it's very much like a warriors, like how those times warriors they must have had, so a build, a height, and all overall personality. So whenever I watch those characters on screen, if I watch to some films or anything, so I kind of relate with them more than I relate with now what's happening in our lives. So I see there myself more, I relate with them more. So I don't know how it got in my head, and I really love playing those characters on screen, and love watching those kind of films as well. So I think it's a great medium to everyone to learn and to know the history of our country, and especially this film. If we talk about Maurh, so it's this Jeona Maurh and Krishna Maurh. They're two brothers, and they have done a lot for people of the state, you know. So yeah, so
Mm.
I'm glad to be part of this
And
project.
plus, you're playing a villain as well. I mean, you know, you're
The
quite well known.
anti-hero they call, yeah.
So you're quite well known for playing, you know, antagonists. But I think here, because I guess the setting is very, you know, distinct to perhaps what you have done a lot. Uh, what has this experience of Maurh actually taught you as an actor? What has creatively satisfied you from this process of the film?
You mean this film more?
Yeah.
Since the time I have started working as an actor, so with each film, you know, we always learn with each film, each character we play, with each director we work. So we always learn. So from few years, I have started this thing that in every film I try different kind of approach towards my character, right? So in this film also, my approach when we started shooting, we started filming. So in this, I have done in a very different way. The you know there are a lot of tools we use while while performing. So in this film, I do not have used any tool. So I have just been spontaneous on very in the time, in the moment. So otherwise, I was a little bit of scared that we think a lot about when it comes to performance. So it has to be accurate. It has to be. There's a lot of hard work behind. So in this film, I have taken this decision, and so it's really big decision to give your 100% and leave everything on director on the moment when you don't get ready before you just go with the flow. So this is the kind of character that I though we work a little bit on our body language and a lot of things as a character, but when it comes to the scene, to the dialogues and to the performing scenes with the other actors, so I have kept it like in a very go with the flow mood. So I think this really suited me. So according to my experience, I really had good time, and it's really amazing and different experience for me working in this film mod. So I think it's going to be one of my remarkable performances till now.
And I think I was watching one of your interviews that you did, and I think you were saying that usually with Punjabi films, they finish and complete shoot in a short amount of time. But
Right.
here it was quite a long shoot, right? Like it was a very long process, wasn't it, to shoot for this film?
Yeah, no, normally we because of the budget, I think Punjabi films are normally shot in like 30 days to 45 days max, or maybe 50 days, right? But this film took more than 100 days.
Wow.
Because of the kind of setup, and it is a huge like big budget film, so the kind of setup and the kind of artwork and the kind of like there are a lot of actors in the film. There are a lot of many horses acting in the film. So
Hmm.
managing everything and doing things accurately, it's a kind of huge responsibility, and it takes a lot of time. So hats off to the producers of this film, and to the director, that they have managed really well, and I really had good time.
Right. And you know, I think if there's anyone who really represents that whole pan-Indian image or that pan-Indian movement that's happening in cinema currently, I think it
Mhm.
is you. I mean, because you've done some amazing work, not just in, of course, Punjabi films, but I think even in South, and in Hindi as well. Do you think that we're at a time now where, because there's so much onus on non-Hindi movies, because there's so much emphasis and demand for non-Hindi films now, do you think films like Maurh will be seeing more and more films like Maurh made on a bigger budget now as well across all the Indian non-Hindi circuits?
तो मुझे लगता है जब कोविड हुआ 2020 में, सो
Mm.
कोविड से पहले सब इंडस्ट्रीज अपने अपने स्टेट्स में डिवाइडेड थी. तेलुगु फिल्में आंध्रा में और तेलंगाना में थी, तमिल फिल्में तमिलनाडु में थी, पंजाबी फिल्में पंजाब में थी, और पार्ट ऑफ हरियाणा. So it's a kind of that. So only Hindi films used to be like pan India films, है ना.
जी.
तो अभी जब कोविड हुआ तो लोग घर पे बैठ गए, तो आई थिंक इन दोज 4-5 months लोगों ने दे हैव वॉच्ड ऑल द सिनेमाज. Punjabis have watched Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, even the world cinema. They have even watched Korean films as well.
Hmm.
So, so also, I think that is the high time when everything happened digitally. A lot of things, a lot of meetings, a lot of work also started happening digitally online, right?
Hmm.
So it has become easy for everyone. You know, थोड़ा जब जब कोई नई चीज होती है तो थोड़ा शुरुआत में हमें थोड़ी सी हल्का सा एक what do you say? You know, we
Comfort.
have a kind of discomfort of going into some other field or watching a film of some other language. बट जब हमारे पास ऑप्शन नहीं होता तो हम देख लेते हैं, तो फिर हम यूज टू हो जाते हैं, यू नो. फिर काइंड ऑफ वी गेट अ स्टार्ट एंड देन वी स्टार्ट यू नो एक्सप्लोरिंग मोर.
Hmm.
आई थिंक फिल्में तो पहले भी बन रही थी. तो
Hmm.
अभी पहले लोग सिर्फ स्टेट वाले अपने स्टेट की देखते थे, बाकी जो लोग हिंदी थे वो हिंदी देखते थे, राइट, या तो लोग इंग्लिश देखते थे. तो इस टाइम पे लोगों ने बहुत एक्सप्लोर किया और उन्होंने सब भाषाओं की फिल्में देखी. तो कहीं ना कहीं जो साउथ इंडियन सिनेमा है, स्पेशली तमिल एंड तेलुगु, लोगों ने देखी और उन्होंने उन पिक्चर्स को, उन स्टोरीज को बहुत पसंद किया.
जी.
So I think that is the time when everybody understood the business, right?
Hmm.
Because when it started working pan India,
Hmm.
so everybody started making big films more. And I think I have always thought, like, even before those times. So I watch a lot of Korean films. I watch English films. I watch all the films. Though I don't understand the language, I kind of mute the film and I watch it. I just see what's going on, because it's ultimately a video. It's, you know, you don't really need to listen the dialogue. It's
Yeah.
just the emotions you understand with, but, like, you know. So I think people understood the game, and so even the makers, even the producers, and they understood the business. So now everybody thinks. I'm glad that everybody thinks they knows the language is not the thing. You
Yeah.
know, to speak to somebody, to understand somebody, it's language is not a big thing. It's just the barrier that we think is
Hmm.
more. So once we start, we end up, you know, having a great conversation and understanding other person as well, and to make other person understand all our feeling as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I think it's a great start for everyone. And
Uh-huh.
you know, so the also same time the cinema is quality is also improving, because now people are more concerned about the quality, because it's ultimately going all over, and you know, so it's amazing.
इनफैक्ट आई थिंक इवन पंजाबी सिनेमा अगर देखा जाए ना, तो मुझे तो लगता है कि एक रिवाइवल हो रहा है पंजाबी सिनेमा के साथ. इसी साल मैंने एक फिल्म देखी थी, कली जोटा करके, नीरू बाजवा की फिल्म. It
Hmm.
was, what a film it was. I mean, it was absolutely hard hitting. It was so powerful, and I think it's good to see कि जो जो ये जो कहते हैं ना कि जो लोकल इज ग्लोबल जैसा वो कहते हैं. एंड आई फील लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ द नॉन हिंदी मूवीज आर नाउ using that as their power, which I think perhaps maybe Hindi cinema needs to perhaps reflect on. But I think, Vikram, अगर मैं आपसे एक honestly question पूछूं, I would love to know what you think, because I feel a lot of the times, especially in the mainstream Hindi cinema, अगर
Hmm.
आप एक quintessential hero की image पे सूट नहीं करते हो, तो आपको बहुत तकलीफ होती है. हर एक एक्टर को बहुत तकलीफ होती है अपॉर्चुनिटीज लाना एक वक्त पे. डू यू
Right.
थिंक आपके साथ भी काफी एक डिफिकल्ट जर्नी रहा है, क्योंकि आप एक कन्वेंशनल हीरो नहीं थे हिंदी सिनेमा में? डू यू थिंक यू फेस दैट अ लॉट?
मुझे लगता है ये हाँ, सब फेस करते हैं कहीं ना कहीं. At times everybody go through this, and lot of people, बहुत लोग हैं जो उसमें अपने आप को, you know, खो देते हैं, और बहुत लोग हैं जो उसमें से even they come out even more stronger. But even we think in everybody's life, I think their time comes in everybody's life. Not even if we talk, not if we don't talk about only actors or heroes or film industry, otherwise also So, there is time in every life. Like, you have like bad days, you have good days and all that. So it happens with everyone. So, but it depends what kind of attitude you have towards the work you do, towards the life you look forward to. What my experience is, it's like what's going to happen, it's going to happen, right? So a lot of people will come on your way. A lot of people will do a lot of things, and you have to go through a lot, especially the kind of the where I come from. I'm from a very small farming background, from farming family. So for me, it was a huge thing to even to visit Delhi first time and then move to Bombay, got into films. It's a big deal for me. So yeah, you have to go through a lot, but when you have positive attitude, when you don't see the negative things, you only see the good things, you're going to win, and you win for sure. And you also maintain your peace, and you also be happy, and others are also happy with you. So I think that's one of the biggest achievement of life. And even if I'm working in film industry, working whatever kind of characters I'm playing, it's good.
I think आप definitely win तो कर ही रहे हो. I think you're definitely. I love the attitude that you have about life. I think it's so inspiring. And in fact, जितना आप positive और sweet हो जिंदगी में, जब मैं आपसे अभी बात कर रहा हूँ, जब मैं आपके characters को देखता हूँ, especially agent में, काफी खूंखार character था वो. You play some very lethal characters on screen. I mean, just to see that separation between the actor and you. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, have you watched the film
I did.
Agent?
I did watch it. I did
Okay,
watch it.
okay.
So
I got to play small part in that film. That was a very different character for me. Like till now, the kind of characters I played, that guy, like he's like not ready to speak. He does not want to speak. He's like, just look at my face and understand what I want from you.
इसलिए तो खूंखार था वो.
I'm gonna shoot you. So that was a very good experience, different experience for me. But yeah,
Right.
I good time.
So I was gonna say, जितना मतलब एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट तो होती रहती है. आई थिंक एक आर्टिस्ट की जिंदगी में जो किरदार वो निभा रहा है और वो जो असली में वो जो है, वो एक डिस्टिंक्शन रखना आपके लिए कितना तकलीफ होता है, क्योंकि आप बहुत ज्यादा विलन्स के किरदार में आते हो. तो क्या आपको कभी तकलीफ होती है कि वो डिस्टेंस रखने में कि मैं विक्रम हूँ और ये मेरा एक कैरेक्टर है बस. हाउ हार्ड इज इट टू डिस्टिंग्विश दैट.
मुझे लगता है बिकॉज वी वर्क इन इंडियन सिनेमा, राइट? सो एट ए टाइम्स हमें कई बार हम एक टाइम पे दो दो फिल्मों में काम कर रहे होते हैं सेम टाइम में. कभी कभी अभी मॉड की शूटिंग में मैं 3 फिल्मों में काम कर रहा था सेम टाइम. आई वाज शूटिंग फॉर मॉड, शूटिंग फॉर एजेंट, शूटिंग फॉर हरिहरा वीरामल्लू. देयर इज अनदर फिल्म. सो आई थिंक इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव अ बैलेंस एंड टू हैव दैट बाउंड्री. और अगर एक टाइम पे आप एक ही काम करते हो और उस समय कहीं ना कहीं यू गेट too much into you know whatever you're playing. But when you keep doing different work, so you're like switch on and switch off kind of, keep
हाँ.
on playing different characters and different. But as you asked, तो मुझे ऐसा कभी बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई है. बहुत बार कभी कभी होती है, बट आई एम एज आई सेड आई हैव अ काइंड ऑफ नेचर दैट आई कंट्रोल. So I kind of balance pretty well. And my first priority, I somehow I understood that I really need to behave a good human around with people, the kind of nature I have or the kind of human being I am. I think that's more important than there are actors, there are people who get involved into kind of characters they play sometime, and they forget themselves. And so I think people somehow does not understand the mindset. So it's really difficult to when you, because जब आप बहुत ज्यादा कैरेक्टर में होते हो तो you do lot of things.
Hmm.
that people does not expect from you when they're like, ye aisa hai, ye waisa hai, and all that. So I think a kind of you really have to maintain that balance. It is really important. So मुझे कभी ऐसा मतलब एक दो बार मेरे साथ हुआ है, कभी कभी बहुत हावी हो गया, but I'm happy that I have a good control over myself and I've kept the cool.
No, for sure. And I think even in Mode as well, because obviously ये काफी intense film लगती है from the trailer. Obviously इसमें तो मार तो होगी ही, उसमें साथ में एक जो अपने जो लोग हैं उस वक्त पे, obviously in that sense the whole battle of ourselves and of our own people. I think that's something which again is quite an interesting theme. But Vikram, I think जो फिल्म्स अगर हम देख रहे हैं, इनफैक्ट इवन लास्ट ईयर पाकिस्तान में एक फिल्म आई थी लेजेंड ऑफ मौला जट करके,
Oh,
that did what a film. I mean, what a great movie that was. So it almost seems like as if लोग देखना चाहते हैं, कि it's almost like लोग एक जो नॉस्टैल्जिक फैक्टर होता है ना, आई फील लाइक कोविड के बाद वो और भी ज्यादा तगड़ी हो चुकी है, जो नॉस्टैल्जिया है, जो सेंटिमेंटल वैल्यू है, that's become a very highly sellable commodity now at the box office. I mean, I know you're not an economics person, but have you also noticed this and seen this trend happening of nostalgia and sentimentality also in films?
I think somewhere, yes, I have noticed, and because everybody's, learning new things in life, and everybody's taking the level up. If we in our life, we always improving our knowledge, improving our like quality of living, improving our cars, improving our houses. So that's how we also want to watch a good cinema, which needs to be keep on improving, right? So as you said, the name of the film, Legend of Maula Jat. So that's I unfortunately I could not watch it till now because India में release नहीं हुई. But what a trailer! What a trailer of that film,
Great
yeah.
film. I've seen the film. It's amazing.
It's an amazing. मतलब trailer से ही पता चलता है. So somehow in Punjabi cinema, है ना, because it's not a very old industry. Like बीच में बंद हो गई थी, फिल्में बनने बंद हो गई थी. फिर I think कुछ 10-12-13 साल से दोबारा से uh, it started again, and so it's a kind of new industry, and they are really improving well. And I hope कि कुछ और सालों में मतलब they'll start creating even bigger films than they have tried with the mods, and because everybody wants to watch better quality, better quality, better quality. So it's a duty for producers and directors that they really need to provide. Even for actors, they really need to have and to improve the kind of work they do. So it's high time now. So I think it's going to happen.
But on a final note, actually, Vikram, because obviously, more is Friday को release हो रही है 9th June को. तो I think obviously एक film का purpose ही होता है mostly to engage the audience, right? But उसके साथ साथ, what would you like audiences to take away from the film? Because obviously ये एक film ही नहीं है, एक इतिहास, एक snapshot है इतिहास का, जो
Right.
हमने as भारतीयस फेस किया है. तो आप क्या चाहते हो कि लोग इसको क्या इंटरप्रेट करें या क्या ले जाए इस फिल्म से?
मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं आज के जीवन में हम लोग आई वाज जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट इम्प्रूविंग द लाइफ, है ना. तो लाइफ इम्प्रूव करने के चक्कर में, लेवल अप करने के चक्कर में, वी आर फॉरगेटिंग द बेसिक्स ऑफ आवर लाइव्स. We want bigger houses, bigger cars, bigger we want to wear all the big brands, and we want other people to know that who we are and all that. Right? So I think everybody wants this. So isme somehow we are forgetting the basics of like the basic nature of a human being, basic nature of relationships. So somehow we are forgetting that. We are like, oh, everybody wants to earn more, more money, more money, more money. So this film gives a very big example of when you are honest with your relationships, relationships in the sense of you are honest with when you are friend with somebody, you are honest friend. You stand for the people. You don't betray. So if you betray, if you going to do wrong, so wrong is going to happen with you as well. So this is basically story of two friends. So they really trust each other. One friend really trusts the other one. The other one is like politically well connected to everywhere, and then sometime once a time comes कि उसके पास दो ही ऑप्शन होते हैं. या तो उसको जो उसका फ्रेंड है या तो उसको पुलिस को पकड़ाएगा या तो उसको खुद को पुलिस के पास जाना पड़ेगा या तो उसको खुद भुगतना पड़ेगा. तो वहां पे वो गलत तरीके से उसको पकड़ा देता है पुलिस में. तो जो कि नहीं होना चाहिए. व्हेन यू आर फ्रेंड विद समवन यू रियली मतलब आपको अगर बुरा टाइम आता है तो आपको अपने पे झेलना चाहिए. इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि आप दूसरे फ्रेंड को उस पे वो टाइम डाल दो. आजकल आई थिंक 99% यही हो रहा है. अपनी प्रॉब्लम सब दूसरे पे डाल रहे हैं. राइट. एवरीबडी वांट्स टू रन अवे. सो कोई प्रॉब्लम में भाग नहीं ले रहा, सब भागना चाह रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल. एक्चुअली
सो दैट्स द बिगेस्ट. तो इस फिल्म का भी यही मेजर पॉइंट है. तो वो उस प्रॉब्लम में एक फ्रेंड जो है वो भाग ना लेके दूसरे को फंसा देता है. तो फिर फिर वो जेल में चला जाता है. फिर उसका जो छोटा भाई होता है वो काइंड ऑफ ही स्टार्ट्स doing all that. Then उनकी आपस में झड़प होती है. So it's a very good example of being a good human relationships, human values. So if we are good, if we are honest in life, if we are honest with people, so जो अंत है हमारी लाइफ्स का, जो पर्पस है हमारा in this planet, so it's somewhere going to give us something. If we are good human, if we are positive in life, if we are honest with ourselves, with other people, we are attached with.
And it's interesting as well because last year एक बहुत बड़ी फिल्म आई थी साउथ में. तो दो दोस्तों के बीच की स्टोरी थी और वो भी पीरियड ड्रामा ही थी. And that was obviously RRR. And we saw what sort of a sort of atmosphere it caused, I think, in the box office amongst the people. And I'm sure कि ये भी एक ऐसी फिल्म है जो I think बहुत सारे लोगों को अपील करेगी, जो ना कि सिर्फ भारतीय ऑडियंसेस है बट अंतरराष्ट्रीय ऑडियंसेस को भी बहुत अच्छी लगेगी. और जिस तरह से मैं देख रहा हूँ, जिस तरह से वो प्रमोट किया जा रहा है, मैंने ट्रेलर भी देखा, मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी. एंड आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड to watch the film on 9th of June, and I cannot wait to see your performance in it, Vikram. So I can't wait to see it.
Same here. I'm also excited to watch the film.
No, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. But look, Vikram, thank you so much for joining me on Filme Shilmy. मुझे आपसे बहुत अच्छा लगा बात करके. Thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you, Noj. Thank you for having me here. And everyone, please go to the cinemas and watch the film Maurh. It's releasing on 9th June, and you're definitely going to have a good time.
For sure.
Thank you, Noj.